Hold on for one more day and things will go your way. Hello, it has been, 3 days now since the announcement that we were lied to for about 6 months. So I still feel pretty betrayed myself. But my love for Russell the Davies has absolutely not gone away. I love that man. I think he's done his best interest to keep the show alive, despite what Twitter may think. And to back up my thoughts on this, he did an interview yesterday. I believe it was on Gadio, which I've never heard of before, but sounds like an absolute laugh. So I thought we could have a little look at it and just dissect it a little bit. Ignore the lighting. I can't be asked to set up my lighting anymore. Like, this pole used to be like plugged into the wall permanently, but now it's not anymore because we're selling this house, meaning that I'm having to like make the room look tidy, so I can't just have a massive lighting pole in the middle of it anymore. So I've had to unplug it and stick it over there, and I just can't be bothered to plug it in every time. So I hope you guys know the effort I go to make these videos for you. Anyway, let's listen to Russell's interview on Gadio. So Gadio tweeted, "Go ahead and call it cancelled if you want, but you're wrong." Following the news of Doctor Who's Christmas special being pulled, former showrunner Russell T Davies shares his thoughts on what's next for the Time Lord. Let's give it a little watch, shall we? Boop.
Go ahead and call it cancelled if you want. You're wrong. You're literally wrong.
The show is not cancelled.
I know, it's extraordinary to see newspapers who should know better seeing the show has been cancelled. It's the opposite. It's been put out to tender.
Yes.
And I understand that's an industry phrase, and people might not understand what a show being put out to tender means. Equally, at the same time, those people are complaining on devices which have a search engine. Go and look it up. Being put out to tender means, and this will happen to every BBC show, it's happened to Casualty, it's happened to The Weather.
The weather?
The weather was put out to tender. Do you know the weather now is not made by the Met Office on the BBC?
I thought it had gone back.
Oh, has it gone back?
Oh, we're going really into
I
the
missed now. We're getting
nitty-gritty
into
of the
tenders
BBC now.
Well, what it means is the programme is pitched to be made by an independent company.
Yes.
As opposed to the BBC. Independent companies include BBC Studios, by the way, which is separate to BBC Public Service. So they're in the running, I imagine. I don't know. I'm not part of this process because it's a very legal process. But it's happened to Casualty. Casualty has been sitting there for years as a BBC show. It was put out to tender last year. Now that's going to be made independently by BBC Studios. So the same thing is happening here with Doctor Who. And I think, I'm not in charge of this process, that means many years ahead, no one's going to put out to tender, no one's going to apply for a tender for 1 year. It's not worth it.
Yeah, you've got to lock in.
You've got to lock in just to make it financially worthwhile. So I think this guarantees years of the programme. But no.
Good points made there, right? The first thing I want to touch on is when he said Casualty and The Weather and that's been put out to tender before. People think put out for tender means like put on hiatus to maybe be picked up in the future. It's not that. Being put out to tender is, we want to make this show. We want to make the show ASAP. We need someone to help us make it. So do you want to make it? It doesn't actually... that's not how the conversations go down, but on paper, the definition is more that for this situation. So that's true, 100% that is true. Now, I see people online being like, why don't Bad Wolf bid to take the show over again? Considering, and it would make sense because they've got that massive, expensive TARDIS set, which is probably going to be taken down now, even though they should realistically make a Doctor Who Experience 2 and put that TARDIS up, because I'd love to go and visit that TARDIS, wouldn't you? Like, I'd love to go and sit on that TARDIS and stand on that TARDIS and push the buttons on that TARDIS. So, if they do that'd be nice, but I don't think they will because it's a massive set and it's costing them a lot to keep it there, I'd imagine. So Studio 6 of Bad Wolf, I think, is him. But I'm gutted I never got to go on the TARDIS. When I started this YouTube channel, I thought my goal, because I thought Shooty Gatwa would be here for ages, I thought my goal is to get on that TARDIS, and I never got there. Maybe the next one I'll get onto. No, so yeah, Bad Wolf could bid to take the show over. However, if that happens, same with BBC Studios, I'll be a bit annoyed because I feel like even though BBC and BBC Studios are two separate things, and maybe I'm wrong with this, I think they could talk to each other behind the scenes whilst this Christmas special was still going on to, if they're putting out to tender for like, I don't know, AMC Plus or HBO Max to catch their eyes on it, then I'd understand why they've cancelled the special. But for BBC Studios know, right, this special's coming, they could have an insight to what the special's about and work on making a new series alongside this special's production. Same with Bad Wolf because they were already there before. So I'd be a bit annoyed if they cancelled this special specifically for that. However, I think the special was cancelled because they couldn't get Billy Piper or they couldn't finalise a good script or they didn't know when they'd be shooting, etc. So, or they were worried they wouldn't have enough time. So that might be a contradiction to what I've just said, but I think I don't think Bad Wolf will take it over. I think it would be smart considering they've got the TARDIS set, but I don't see them being near it, especially after Jane Tranter posted a couple of days ago and was like, goodbye from me. Same with the Bad Wolf, official Bad Wolf page. So I think BBC Studios could bid for it. I say bid, they could go for it, but I don't know. I don't really know how it works. I don't know if you bid or not, but I don't know if they would do that because I think they want someone with a bit more money than BBC Studios has, because BBC Studios made the show from, was it 2012 to 2022 or something? Or was it 2005 onwards? I don't know. I don't bloody know. But they made the show for a long time and they made it work. But right now, I'm pretty sure the BBC has like nowhere near as much money as it once did. So if they could go for BBC Studios or Apple TV, they'll probably go for Apple TV, you know what I mean? The final thing that I want to touch on with this is I think Russell is 100% right in that we're not going to get a Disney 2.0. I don't think someone is going to buy the rights to stream and help fund Doctor Who for a year or 2 or 3. I reckon they will buy a big bulk of, I'd say minimum 5 years, so that's probably 5 series. Because the thing is, shows these days, you don't get a series per year like you used to. Even sitcoms, you get like 2 series per year. But a show like Doctor Who, you used to get a series per year. Nowadays, that doesn't happen. But I think if someone bulk bought 5 years, 5 seasons of Doctor Who, then we're guaranteed way longer than we were with Disney. With Disney, we were guaranteed minimum 2 years, but probably more. But then it ended up not being more. I think, like Russell said, if someone's going to buy the rights to stream Doctor Who or help fund Doctor Who or whatever it is they're doing, then I think they will secure in minimum, this is just me speculating, but I think they will secure minimum 5 years. I think they could do 10 years, genuinely, I do believe that. So, again, I'm not an insider and Russell doesn't know much about this either, but I do believe that the show will be safe once we find a new partner, at least for a long time. Like, I don't think we're going to get another Disney situation where it's a year or 2, like a Netflix year or 2 deal. I think it will be a massive long deal, and I think they've learned from their mistakes. They want to get it right this time. They won't do another short deal. Even if a big corporation like Netflix or HBO only offered them 2 years, they would probably turn it down. I'd like to think they would anyway after this Disney era, but who knows? Who knows? I'm going to miss talking about Russell. He's no longer the showrunner. I'm going to miss talking about anything related to Doctor Who, apart from the CBeebies show. I actually tweeted out yesterday. Let me find the tweet. This is my tweet from yesterday. I feel a bit weird that I'm genuinely excited to watch the Doctor Who CBeebies show. Short and sweet episodes to keep Doctor Who alive during the years off. I imagine the writing won't be the same as the main show, and it'll be more of a histories lesson, like Horrible Histories, I was thinking. But nonetheless, I actually am excited to see how this show plays out, which is weird because it's a kid's show on CBeebies. But I don't know, maybe I'll do some reviews or whatever. God, what has my life come to? I'm so gutted we're not getting a Christmas special. I'm so gutted. And they need to ignore Billie Piper going forward as well, I think. Even though I really am excited to see, I was excited to see how that played out. They cannot afford to do that. Carol Ann Ford, I feel so bad for her. I'm still in mourning. That's why the videos have been a bit crap recently since the announcement. But thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this Russell T Davies interview? Let me know in the comments. Whilst you're in the comments, if you're on mobile, press the hype button. It means the world. Pushing my video out to more people. It'd mean the absolute world if you could do that. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you didn't, drop a dislike. It's absolutely fine. You know, the rules work here. If you didn't like the video, that's fine. Press a dislike. Subscribe with the notification bell on. If you're brand new, you might as well get notified whenever I post, which is every single day. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep that up for because as of right now, the show is not on. So I might stop the daily upload soon. Sorry, guys. But I've got now to talk about. And there's a secret thing on the horizon, potentially, that might be happening. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Secret stuff, though. Secrets. And if you want to help me out money-wise, you can leave a super thanks. You get your name mentioned at the end of the next video. Or you can become a channel member. You get your name mentioned at the end of every video. You get early access to reviews, all that stuff, all that toss, all that stuff, whatever. But mainly it just helps me out. So if you can do that, it means the world. If you don't want to, absolutely fine. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I've been Sam. I'll see you later. And ta-ra.